guys see my lips shaking? Oh, this is what happens when I get nervous. I'm not cold. I'm just really nervous. I've never talked about this on camera. Only the closest people to me know about this. I just need to breathe. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is so lovely to have you here, and I'm also excited but so nervous to share this video with you guys, as it is a very personal story. I've tried to film this video a couple of times, and I think the more I film it, the more comfortable I am talking about it on camera. So as you could probably read by the title of this video, half of my face was paralyzed back in 2008. Oh. In 2008, I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is a temporary facial paralysis. It's basically a case of the hole in the skull not being big enough. So what happens is a nerve comes from the brain through a hole in the skull, and when the hole's not big enough, the nerve gets inflamed, which leads to facial paralysis. Bell's palsy affects up to 4,000 people a year, and I didn't know about that until a couple of weeks ago when I did my own research. So Bell's palsy symptoms are facial paralysis, weakness, headaches, and impaired speech. So my story basically happened on a Friday night. I was doing Bible study with my family, and we were just talking and having a discussion in our living room, and for some reason my right eye just kept watering and tearing up. I had to sit in the conversation with a tissue just on my face because the tears would just flow from my eye. First I thought it was an allergic reaction, because when I'm allergic to something, or when I have an allergic reaction, my eyes tend to go red and swell up and water and like tear up, and so it was normal for me because I just thought that it was an allergic reaction, so I didn't pay much attention to it. And I think I had a runny nose as well, which goes hand in hand with my allergic reactions to things. So the next day we went to church, and I went up to my favourite old couple at church, and I wanted to talk to them and just say hi and greet them. As I was talking to the lady, I could kind of feel that the right side of my face was just very pins and needly. It was really strange, and I could kind of just feel that the words that I was saying weren't properly formed, like my lips just couldn't form them, and my eye, I couldn't blink my eye, and my right eye and my right side of my mouth just wouldn't cooperate with what I was wanting to do, like talk and blink obviously. And it was the strangest thing, and so I went up to my mum and I said to my mum, "Hey mum, there's something wrong with my face," by saying that, my mouth was droopy, my eyes were hanging, my right eye was hanging, and I was just confused. And I didn't go to the mirror, I didn't go to the bathroom to see how it looked, but my mum just turned around and she was shocked to see that my right side of my face was hanging, and I couldn't feel anything in that side of the face. I kept touching it, but I couldn't even feel my hands touching it. It was just the strangest feeling. And so my mum and my dad rushed me to the hospital as fast as they could. At that time I was 12 years old, so I didn't really understand what he was saying and what he meant, but he explained to my parents as well. But one thing I do remember that he said was, the reason why you have Bell's palsy is because your stress levels are just way too high, and this is how your body deals with stress. Angelina Jolie had the same diagnosis, so they also told her, you're so stressed out and this is why you have Bell's palsy. Why was I stressed out at 12 years old? The reason why I was stressed out is because I had finished my exams and we had a 4-day break from our last exam, and between that 4-day break the principal and the teachers were having meetings and discussing who will be the head girl, prefects, leaders for the next coming year. At that time it was the biggest and most important thing in my life, but thinking about it now it's like, oh Danicka, you didn't have to stress out that much. But I mean, there's so many things that you'd want to go back in life and try and change, but yeah, it's just how it was, and I was stressing out a lot and it had clearly a big toll on my body. And on the day that we went back to the school and everyone got picked for leaders and head boy and head girl, so yeah, I ended up being head girl of the school and it was amazing, it was great, and I lived up to all the responsibility and I took it upon my shoulders, and I was fine because I had an amazing team that supported me and was there for me 100% of the time. So it was great, it was a very beautiful and amazing journey and experience in my life. But yeah, so basically how would I recover? Did a lot of facial practices and exercises. I went to physio where they would put gel on my right side of my face, and they would take this little like machine that it looked like a pen that they would just put on my face and massage, and I couldn't feel it at first because it was just like these electric like waves going through my face to just keep my muscles in my face alive and awake and just moving. And I didn't feel it the first time, but I had to keep going back to get it massaged, and the more I went back the more I could slightly feel the feeling coming back. And they also gave me 20 exercises I had to do 20 times each of them. And one of the exercises was where I had to pull my neck muscles, and to strengthen them. I obviously didn't like this exercise very much because still now, how many years later? 7 years later, I still, this side, right side of my face is not completely like 100% healed. I mean, you can see when I speak, I still have a little bit of a droopy side on my right side, and my eye, sometimes when I sleep my right eye doesn't close properly, and I still have that. But I mean, if I keep practicing and I still do those practices, I'm sure I will get better at it. And something that I stuck with was practice makes perfect, which is something that I do strive for, but I stopped straight away after I gained full feeling back into my face. So basically this is how I kind of looked when I had Bell's palsy and I would be smiling at you. That's how it looked. It's a very scary picture when you look in the mirror. There's heaps of videos of Bell's palsy on YouTube, so if you want to learn more about it, if you're curious on how it works, people have actually vlogged while they have Bell's palsy. I'll leave a couple of links down below in the description box if you want to see more videos of Bell's palsy. It is a very scary thing to go through, especially when you're in school and it's not a common thing. So when people look at you and you start talking to them, they just kind of like tilt their head and like, what's wrong with you? So it was a very hard time for me. I mean, there was many nights where I cried myself to sleep because it's not the easiest thing to go to, especially when you're kind of like living in the spotlight and you're head girl of a school. But my Bell's palsy recovery was probably about 3 to 6 months, basically, I think. I did a lot of practices, I saw a lot of physios. There was even this stage where I was holding these, it looked like trampoline spring, but if you hold it, your hands feel like it has pins and needles. And basically it was just to help circulate the blood in my body. I did that as well every single day for 20 minutes. I had to sit there and just hold it and have pins and needles for 20 minutes. Again, like I said, I did the exercises, I went to physio. It wasn't painful, it was just very, very uncomfortable. Like if I drank water, it would just leak out of my mouth because I couldn't control my lips, I couldn't tighten them, I couldn't squeeze them, I couldn't do anything with them. So I had to drink water through a straw or anything through a straw. It was a very interesting and uncomfortable experience and journey, and so I wanted to create this video because one, I was motivated by Joseph to make this video because he said that there is a possibility that I could reach out to many people that have Bell's palsy and that are struggling through it now. I want this video to be hope for people out there that are suffering from Bell's palsy. I want this video to bring awareness to Bell's palsy because I don't think there is enough awareness of it. I want this video to reach out to people that don't know what it is and are interested in knowing what Bell's palsy is. There are so many videos out there that can give you more information than I probably have. But basically the main reason why I've created this video is just to reach out to people that are struggling with Bell's palsy at the moment. I just want to let you know that you are not alone. There are many people out here who are suffering from Bell's palsy, who have suffered from Bell's palsy and have recovered, and there's many stories that you can look up and that will give you motivation to keep going, keep practicing, and to keep your head up, and don't forget to smile even if you can't smile with your one side of your face. And if you ever need to talk, you can come to me and talk to me about it, and I will try and direct you to people and more information if you do need that. And if you do know of anyone that has had Bell palsy or is going through it now at the moment, let me know. I would love to hear their stories. I would love to get in contact with them and to hear how they've recovered, how they're doing now. I mean, it's a small community that Bell's palsy kind of creates, but I think if we stand together, it can turn into a great thing when people stand together and help each other and just give each other motivation and hope. And yeah, that's basically why I wanted to create this video, and just to share my story. I'm not sure if I touched base on everything that I wanted to touch base on. I basically just told you how it happened, how I recovered, and if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me about what I went through, how I'm dealing with it now, sort of thing, feel free to leave those comments down below. And if you don't want anyone to see those comments, feel free to message me on Instagram. I am there, I am available, and I'll read every message that I get on Instagram. I was very nervous to create this video, but I filmed it a couple of times, so I think I've calmed down a lot more, and I feel like I've told you guys this all before, so I'm not as shaky and nervous and like speech like blah, 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 blah. So I can finally just speak what I wanted to say. Whew. I feel like a big weight off my shoulders have just been lifted. Yeah, I feel relieved, and I feel happy that you guys, as my subscribers, are watching this and know about this, and because it's something that I wanted to share with you. It is personal, but I am more than happy to tell you guys about it, as I feel that it will help a lot of people going through anything really. Yeah, so that is the end of the video. I am so happy that you stayed and you've finished watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'm so excited for many things to come in the future. I've got really exciting things planned, so please stay tuned for that. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please go check them out as well. I'm sure that you would enjoy them. I appreciate all of your time today, and thank you for listening to me. Please leave your comments and questions and everything you want to know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everything you do so much, and just remember that I love you all so much, and I am so happy and so blessed to have you guys in my life. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.